Today, we are presenting Toscee as a business opportunity. A proud homegrown brand, Toscee, by way of its unique product, aspires to make its customers feel special. Unlike any other product, owning a Toscee is like possessing a piece of art that tells a story of its own. To discuss more on this, we have Mr. Dhruv Jain, director, who adds his value in making a Toscee an unique and innovative brand. I would request Mr. Dhruv to give us an overview to your journey so far and what are we going to offer through this insightful session. Over to you.
Thank you, Alka. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everybody who is joining us today. As mentioned by Alka, I'm the owner of the clothing brand Toshe, which we have been operating in India for approximately 7 to 8 years. I'm here to show the story of how we started this brand, what our aim is, what our vision is with this brand, and why is it now that we are looking to get other people from outside included in our brand and in our story and in our journey, and how we think we can add benefit to them and how they can add some benefit to us as well.
Hmm. Sure. So let's next to the move slide to understand more about in terms of when did you start, what inspired you to start this business. So please give us the journey so far, what you have been going through. Over to you.
So I have to give you an introduction of how the brand started. The brand started in approximately 2015 to 2016 when I had just got out of school. My family background and my parents were always in the fashion line. For over 20 years, they have been designers, creators, manufacturers, suppliers of fashion garments all over the world. They had been creating apparel for brands in America, in Europe for many, many years. And when I came in to the office and when I was brought into an opportunity that I should do something with this, I realized that at this point, India is missing a very fashionable, a very nice, good quality, and well priced brand. I found it to be a major market segment and a major miss in the Indian market. And that was the reason which we decided to launch Toshe with. It was basically to see the uniqueness of the product we deliver, the design, the print, the collection, everything of each product is unique. And that was the whole reason why the brand came about.
Sure, sure. So to adding more to this, I have a request to the viewers who are listening to us. Please be connected, and if you have any questions while running these slides, you can always ask. So that since we are speaking live, right? So we'll take your questions here with Dhruv, who is there with us from the company. Yes, let's move to the next slide to understand more about the opportunity for today. Yes, I can see the leadership team, I mean, the designer and then the different categories or the segment under, the structure, what you have from the organization. Right. So would you help me giving better understanding about your leadership team?
I'm very proud to say that from being an individual effort to now, in within a couple of years, the brand is now a family-run business. The designing is taken care by my mother Aarti. The operations and the finance is taken care by my father Sharad, and the operations and the growth of the company is taken care of by me. So we all put our heads in it together and we work together to grow the brand and to make it as good and as better for everybody involved in it as possible.
Sure, sure, sure. So would you like to add anything when you say that you started this business and then Miss Sarati and Mr. Sharad join you from the aspect of taking care of operations and design. So you started as a team together, is it?
Yes, we did start as a team. It was my idea and my
Okay.
push which led us into the domestic market. They were majorly involved in the international market before I came in. And it was my identification of the market segment missing, which led us to go into the domestic market. Otherwise, they were had never ever explored the domestic market. We were able to find a market gap for ourselves in the
Hmm.
domestic market and we were able to capitalize on it.
Sure, sure. Thank you for the insight you have given. We have other things to store for today. Please be connected. Yes, the growth of the women apparel, as you said that you have seen the gap in the Indian market, which you would like to capitalize, and you want to give or do the value addition from your side as in this segment. So what is the growth and the percentage we look for if somebody would look for the business to start in franchising, or otherwise the market share of the women apparels? So what is the share we hold? Would you like to give me better understanding on the same?
If I was to give you a idea of the market which we're entering,
Hmm.
it's an ever expanding market in India because of some very simple reasons. With the coming in of more and more international brands, the Indian market and the Indian mass is getting more and more acquired, getting a better taste, getting the feel of better quality, and they have a demand for it. They have disposable income. India's professional segment has major disposable income, which they're willing to spend when they get good quality products. This
Hmm.
has led to this particular segment growing at an increasing rate, and these customers have an immense brand loyalty towards any brand which they like. They're waiting for that brand. They prefer that brand over anything, and they're willing to pay a premium for that brand, which
Hmm.
makes this particular segment grow at a very healthy pace on a year on year basis.
Sure, sure, sure. We can see, the different categories in the
Yeah.
consumer base and involving the fashion land.
Evolving fashion landscape, exactly, with more and more international brands coming in. When Zara came into India, at that point it was something completely different. People thought that in this Indo-Western market, something like Zara, which was
Hmm.
completely Western, would never survive.
Hmm.
And now you see the sales with Zara clocks. It
Hmm.
shows that this market has an appetite for that type of product,
Hmm.
and it shows that people are willing to pay you a premium price if you're
Hmm.
able to give them a good quality, well designed
Yes.
product at the right time, if you're able to keep up with fashion and make the person feel fashionable at the same time.
Hmm. Correct, correct, correct. So thank you for the insight you have given. Let's move to the Nagda style. Yeah, so this also I think you want to cover, or you have already covered. Would you like to add anything to the
I think
discussion we
it's
are taking?
exactly in line with what I said, is that the
Okay.
customer is aspirational. They
Hmm. Hmm.
want more quality. They are ready to be more loyal to a brand, and they're ready to set their own fashion styles according to a brand's philosophy if they
Hmm.
resonate with it. The
Hmm.
customer loyalty, the return rate in customers is extremely high now in India.
Hmm. Sure, sure. So, after having understanding about the percentage or in the segment of apparels, we have I mean the same synopsis of the detail what we have discussed in the last slides. It's being covered in this. Let's move to the next slide. Yes, what we do. So you have discussed general about the fashion industry. You have discussed about the share we have in the market, and the response from the customer towards your brand or to segment. So what do you would like to add when it comes to your brand? So why people should come? This is from the perspective not only to invest in your business, but also from you as a company, that what is being hold as which other companies lack. Would you like to give me highlight on the same?
You know, our USP is something which, if you realize in my terminology when I say it, is extremely obvious. We try to create something unique. We try to create something of a very high value and high quality. How do we do that? Because we have an integrated unit, we are involved from the fiber stage in the creation of the garment or creation of the product. We are able to bring an extremely quick lead time and extremely good quality for that lead time. So
Hmm.
when we create any garment, why do we say it's unique? We say it's unique because we only sell that garment for a month's time. We create monthly collections and we're able to give our customers new collections on a monthly basis,
Hmm.
which is why our customers are extremely loyal to us, because they come back to us every month and they find something new. So they are always in that impulse of having to purchase something new. We're able to bring in, if any styles are selling at a much higher pace, because we have the unit, we have an integrated unit. We are able to replenish it and not let the customer go back in a disappointed manner
Hmm.
from our stores, which is why we are always up with fashion. We have a loyal customer base, and we're providing them good quality products at a very reasonable price, which is something, if you see in the Indian market right now, every brand which is in the market is doing a seasonal collection. They are not able to do monthly collections because they're massive, they're big companies, they have enough people involved. Here we're doing the designing, we're doing the logistics, we're doing everything, we're doing the selling, which is what makes us unique and which is what makes our product unique.
Hmm. And what is the retention we look for when you say that you have retention of a customer who comes and asks for the different type of, the business? What is the percentage? Any ballpark percentage do you have in your mind when you say that it is a retention of the customer which makes your brand a strong?
We look towards nearly a 30 to 40% retention at our airports and
Hmm.
around a 50 to 60% retention at our malls,
Okay.
because airports usually have a lot of traveling crowd which might not be even be from the country, which
Hmm.
is why the retention sometimes
Yes.
over there takes a hit.
Hmm.
But from the industry standards, those are very, very strong numbers.
Hmm.
We're able to connect with our customers later. We're able to get them to buy from us online. Once they shop from us, we're able to build that trust with the customer that this brand has something new. We're
Hmm.
able to offer them products similar to what they purchased from us the first time.
Sure, sure. Let's move to the next slide. Yes, your journey. So you have given me overview, but specifically, if I look for when did you start in when you said that 2015, from 2015 to 24 till time. So how's the journey? Would you like to explain or elaborate the journey so far? Can you hear me, Dhruv? There seems to be some glitch from the Dhruv side. So we are discussing. We have covered so far about in terms of how Dhruv started this company with the collaboration and support of his family from 2015 till time. What makes a brand different from the other players in the same market in terms of the quality, in terms of the assurance, in terms of retention of customer which company is giving. And then we also discussed about the good percentage we keep, so the share in the market in the women apparel segment. Right, so we have covered lot many things which gives a better understanding to the one who would like to take a franchise. There are other slides which covers the income and the projection, then ROI, that why you should take a franchisee of the brand by Dhruv Jain, right? So we are waiting for Dhruv to join so that we'll continue the discussion and we'll give a better understanding in terms of what is stored in the next slides. So I can see the journey started in 2015. So they ventured into a retail concept with the online deal with the mantra. We have Dhruv back
I'm
with us.
sorry, I think there was some network issue.
No problem. So Dhruv, you were discussing about the journey from 2015 till date. Over to you again.
So, as I had mentioned, when I came into the business, uh, in any business or anything, when you're starting off, you're not looking to be very capital heavy. So, with
Hmm.
that idea, we really tried to push ourselves online. But we realized that with the type of design and product which we're trying to offer, physical touch and feel is an extremely, extremely important portion, which is what made us venture into offline stores. We were able to partner with Future Group at that time and get into their central stores and get our first taste of offline. Our sales and our movement and the customer demand with Central made us realize that there is a big gap and people really appreciate our product.
Hmm.
We connected with Mr. Manish from Shopperstop and redid the whole brand, got the brand identity in
Hmm.
line with the quality which we were offering, and we
Hmm.
moved into our own EBOs at the airports.
Hmm.
A lot of people ask me why we moved specifically into the airports, and the
Hmm.
reason was simple, because we were able to create an impulse at the airports which we would not have been able to create anywhere else.
Hmm.
People at the airport in general have a lot of impulse in them and they feel like buying any something if they see it. Our colors, our products having extremely colorful uh, portions in them really create impulse in a lot of people, and that was the reason why we started at the airports.
Sure.
Over a period of time, as we have moved into the malls, we have added more and more categories to our products. We started with something like scarves. Then we went into scarves and women's garments. We started a range of menswear. And now we have come up with a lot of different ranges of women's accessories like bags, soft jewelries, travel gear, different things, so that we're able to provide a customer with a full outfit rather than just a single item.
Sure, sure. So, yes, let's have the next slide to discuss more on the opportunity for today. So, I can see multiple locations where you have a presence. So,
Yes.
so this when I mean, how did it start, and all these belong to you as a company?
At the moment, all these locations are company owned, company operated. As you can see, we are majorly more at the airports, and we have just opened our first mall at Phoenix Market City, Kurla, Mumbai. The reason of opening that store was to give a proof of concept to our future stakeholders that this is a concept which can move outside the airports and it can do well anywhere. It
Yes.
has, we've really started pushing our online channels as well, and being across the country and being in all these regions makes us realize that our product is something which is accepted all over the country. It's not something which is accepted just in a specific region. As you can
Right,
see, I'm available from north to south to west to east to central. I'm available everywhere in the
right,
country.
right.
Different people are purchasing the products and having a similar feedback towards the product.
Sure, sure. Great. So let's have another slide. And this is how your store will look like. I mean, this look like as a company owned, and the same look and feel you will have in the franchising also. Is it?
Correct. So there's two stores which you see here. The one on the left is my airport store at Mumbai Airport. That is an island design. And the second one is my store at Phoenix Market City Kurla, which is a proper 440 square meter store. So it you can see how well it transfers from being a small store to a big store, how we're able to bring the same level of premiumness in the store.
Yes, 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 yes. So let's move to the next slide. So the product mix in the categories. So would you like to give me better understanding on the same?
Yes, as I had mentioned to previously, the company started when we started, we were just doing scarves. But now that you see the product mix at the current, it includes a variety of things, different types of tops, blouses, short kurtas, tunics, shirts for every event. These are products which can be worn at a casual function, at a formal function, when you're trying to be comfortable, when you're trying to be fashionable, shrugs, different type of scarves and stoles, expensive embroidered shawls. We have different type of raffia crocheted bags which are extremely fashionable. We did launch travel sets in the airports in terms of fancy neck pillows and eye masks, etc. We've launched recently launched homeware with table runners, table mats, cocktail napkins, and also we have different type of small accessories like clips and hairbands, etc., which really help somebody make their whole outfit. They're able to
Yes,
identify what all do they want to wear, mix and match their things, and make a full attire for themselves.
yes, yes. Sure, sure. Let's discuss more on the coming slides. Yeah, so we have discussed about the concept and the inception and other details related from the company. So I would like you to give us understanding about the investment. You know, what are the models we are going to offer to someone who would like to take your profitable business and run the show for you in another location. So let's start with the first model, which is franchise owned company operated. So over to you again, Dhruv.
So, as I told you at the starting, the reason why we would like someone to join us now is extremely simple, because we have been able to bring the brand to a certain level and a certain presence in India wherein when we go to a city, people identify us. But if we are to grow the brand in a bootstrapped manner, we are able to grow the brand in an extremely slow fashion. We are able to open max 3 or 4 locations in a year. But at this point, when people know us, people trust us, if we do not capitalize and if we do not open at least 10 or 15 stores every year, then it is a loss. then it is a loss
Mm.
for us and it is a loss for the person who is not investing into us.
Mm.
Having said that, we have two models which we are offering at the moment. The first one, which is in front of us, is a franchisee owned company model. This is a model
Mm.
which we have taken out for high street locations wherein the franchisee owns or has rented a specific outlet.
Mm. We again lost Dhruv. So I can see a franchise owned company operated, in which the inventory, we have the upfront fee, which is the franchise fee. It's a 5 lakh, and we have inventory, which is the 10 lakh, and it's a refundable. Over to you again, Dhruv. Dhruv is
Yes, I'm
going to
sorry.
give better understanding on the model of franchise owned company operated.
Yes. So what we have here is we have made a projection of 35 lakh rupees. Yes, when we move into a particular project, it would be very specific to the project in terms of its space. We have
Hmm.
divided it into four very simple nooks. The first is the inventory, which is a
Yes.
deposit towards the inventory, which
Hmm.
is completely refundable.
Okay.
Furniture and fixture costs has been mentioned for approximately 100 square meter
Hmm.
or 1000 square foot, which
Hmm.
is at 15 lakh. This
Hmm.
would vary depending on the space, the readiness of the space, the compliance of the area.
Hmm.
It can even be as low as 5 to 7 lakhs depending on how the space has been prepared.
Hmm.
Training and development is extremely simple, wherein we send our cluster managers to the area to
Hmm.
train the local staff to get sales moving. So they
Hmm.
come stay there. The
Hmm.
owners of the brand come visit the space, train the staff, understand the market, provide products specific to the market. And the
Hmm.
upfront fee is something which is non refundable, which is going to the brand because there are enough liaison officers in the middle who
Hmm.
have to be paid to be able to get the space, to be able to get the franchisee. So
Hmm.
there is a upfront fee taken for that.
Hmm. So when you said it's a refundable amount of against the inventory, so are you talking about clearance, or the whole of the inventory can be taken back?
So in this scenario, wherein it's franchisee owned, company operated, the inventory is anyway being provided by the company after the
Yes.
second time. So
Hmm.
the inventory, the it has nothing to do with the inventory.
Hmm.
Once the store is started, that
Hmm.
money would be refunded at the end of the tenure, and the
Hmm.
inventory would completely be taken back
Hmm.
by the company.
Company. Sure, sure. Fine. So then, this is what you look for from the sales, and then you have the cost of the goods sold. I can see the
Yes.
ROI. So, would like to highlight on the ROI, that how it looks like? I can
Yes. So
do eighty
so
percent, but I want the elaboration.
yes. So how we do it is very simple,
Hmm.
wherein we offer a 8 to 10% revenue share return to the franchisee,
Okay.
uh, in which they are simply supposed to pay. Sorry, I'm sorry. We offer a 30% rev share to the franchisee, in
Okay.
which he simply has to pay the rent and the salary of the local staff. The
Hmm.
manager which we send and the manager which we hire, the salary of the manager is paid by us. So,
Okay.
what we predict is that any such store which is in any location which is surveyed by us should
Hmm.
usually be doing a sale of around 10 lakh rupees.
Hmm.
And we have given the breakdown of how that person is able to make his revenue
Hmm.
against that. So the
Hmm.
person we predict should be getting an ROI of around 280%, and he should, in a 5 year tenure, should make his money back within 2 years and should
Okay.
be earning his money post that.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So I have a. If any questions, please. There is a message to the listeners. Please ask a question, since we are discussing about the financials. So if you have any question, you can ask, so that we would be able to answer during this live session itself. So let's move to the next slide. As we discussed, there are the two models. One is franchise-owned company operated, and one franchise-invested company operated. So please explain, Mr. Dhruv, on the same.
Yes. So it's a very fine difference, but there is a difference between franchisee owned and company operated and
Hmm.
franchisee invested company operated. When we
Hmm.
come to franchisee invested and company operated, that is when somebody just approaches us and tells us that I want to invest money with
Yes.
you. We
Yes.
tell him that this is the location that we have already leased with specific malls or specific areas which we have already spoken to the malls and have proposals ready, and the
Hmm.
person can just come and invest his money.
Hmm.
Because it is a location which has been chosen by us, we are able to offer a minimum guarantee to the investor or the franchisee at that point. So if I
Hmm.
have to break it down for you, the
Hmm.
sample model which we have made over here is for 50 lakh rupees, wherein it's a 5 year tenure. The capex being put into the store is 20 lakhs.
Hmm.
The amount being put into the stock is 15 lakh. And the security deposit, which is going to go to the mall or to the landlord of the space, is
Hmm.
15 lakh rupees, which
Okay.
makes a total of 50 lakh.
Hmm.
Again, as in the previous model, there is a franchisee fee or upfront fee of rupees 5 lakh, which is
Hmm.
used to pay all the middle liaison officers for the mall, for the franchisee, etc., which
Hmm.
are going to be there.
Hmm. Hmm.
We have
Sure.
made this model on a very conservative sale of
Hmm.
8 lakh rupees in comparison to the 10 which we usually take. And the
Hmm.
reason for that is very simple, because you should always catch the lower end rather
Hmm.
than the higher end when you're doing such projections. The
Yes.
model is simple. It
Hmm.
is an minimum guarantee of 16% per annum return per which would be paid out on a monthly basis,
Okay.
or it would be a ref share of 8% of the monthly sales
Hmm.
and interest on deposit at 6%. So,
Hmm.
whichever of these two are higher would
Hmm.
be paid to you
Hmm.
at the end of the month.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
we have tied a minimum guarantee of
Hmm.
16% per annum on your investment back
Hmm.
to you. And
Hmm.
the total 50 lakh rupees which is invested by you is returned back to you at the end of the tenure.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
This could be, yes, yes. Please continue.
So the worst case scenario which you can have is you can have an ROI of 187%. And the
Hmm.
best case scenario on this sale, very conservative sale, is you
Hmm.
can have an ROI of around 207%. So
Okay.
worst case, you double your money,
Hmm.
and best case, your money grows at a much higher speed than that.
Mhm. So this could be a very good opportunity for those specifically looking for investing and not getting into operation and with the very good returns. If somebody is 207%, I'm sure no bank or the any other investment pattern can give you such good returns. So anybody who would like to invest only, right, so can be a very good option to invest and have with a high
Yes, and I would
returns.
also like to point out that in this model, there are certain ways in which we secure the franchisee to ensure that they are comfortable and that they are getting their money on time. We open an escrow
Hmm.
account with the franchisee, and all the store collections going into from the store go into that account. The minimum MMG which has to be paid is paid to that person through a mandate, and the payout which is done to the company also is done through a mandate on
Hmm.
pre-decided dates. We give
Okay.
the franchisee a dashboard on which he can see all the sales at a real time basis. And we also
Right.
give him camera access to the store so that he can
Hmm.
see the store on a real time basis.
Sure. Sure. Fine. So we have a good understanding about the two different models where people can invest and have returns. Let's move to the next slide. Yes. So these are the cities where you have expansion plan. So Dhruv, would you like to add anything?
Yes, these are the cities which we have handpicked based on the availability of a good level of malls and the
Hmm.
availability of good level of crowd coming into those malls. We're able to confidently uh, identify locations and commit to sales on these locations.
Sure. Sure. Yes. So let's have the next slide. Yeah. So again, request for everyone who are listening to us, please put a question so that we'll be able to answer. Yes, so this is again message for the viewers who listen to us on every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Please contact us by visiting our website franchisebazaar.com to come to know about the today's opportunity. As well as you can see the banner flashing on the the interface of the website. You can always click and put an inquiry to be contact with you and to give you better understanding apart from what we have discussed during this live session. Other opportunity you can always access on franchisebazaar.com. You can filter your requirement in terms of investment you look for, the city you are planning to start a franchise, and then the vertical you want to start a franchise of. So you can contact on the number which I can see on the screen is 9844443200. And please visit franchisebazaar.com to know today's opportunity and the other opportunities with the other brands. Thank you, Dhruv, for joining us and giving us your time to discuss about the opportunity. Would you like to give any message to the viewers who have joined us, and we are going to upload again, this is a message out to the viewers that we are going to upload the same recorded video on the social media, like Instagram and other, so that if you have missed the today's session, you can always go to your social media handles and watch the recorded video of the same offerings, which is the today's opportunity. Dhruv, over to you again. Would you like to give a message to the viewers?
I would just like to thank you, Alka, for arranging this, and I would like the viewers to reach out to us with any queries or any type of interest which they have. We would always welcome them, and we would be happy to uh, help them out and to collaborate with them.
Yes. With this note, I am ending the session. Thank you once again.
Thank you.